well, my husband and I got married in 2015, and I ended up starting my treatment in 2018. So within the 3 years of us trying, we actually suffered 4 miscarriages, 2 of which were ectopic. So I lost both of my tubes. I remember just being in despair and feeling like my dream of motherhood would never happen. And my husband was always, I just want you to be safe first. We don't have to have a baby of our own, because he had a daughter previous to our marriage. And I was trying to explain to him that I understand. I was thankful for his empathy, but he couldn't understand because he had already had a child of his own. And before I knew that that was the only possible way, I was doing research and I was trying to find the best price points, because in the midst of us trying to have a baby, we were also trying to purchase a home. And I started doing research and I realized, oh my God, this is actually doable, because every other place in Atlanta, $21,000 up front, not including the medication. I'm like, who the hell could afford that and try to buy a house on top of that? Like, it was traumatic. I knew that us trying to do this was possibly going to bankrupt us. And I was riddled with guilt, because I kept trying to understand, why can't I just be happy the way that things are? But I couldn't, because I felt like I was born for a higher purpose. And so when I found Matthew and I just went to the first consultation, it was like no other consultation I'd ever been in. The other consultations were very, very directed, money hungry. Okay, so this is what you have to pay, and this is how we have to. Dr. Matthew didn't say anything about money. He just asked me, what is it that you want to accomplish? Why do you want to do this? He actually took time to understand my backstory and my history, so we could figure out what the best solution was. And at the end of our consultation, he was like, yep, we need to go ahead and get this started right now. And so for the first time after being in the consultation, I was hopeful. I was excited. My experience was so smooth. No complications, no hiccups from the time that I started taking the medication, hormones, got the eggs harvested, no problem, no stress. Before I knew it, it was time for implantation day. I wanted to implant 2 embryos, and I said, it's going to be 2 boys. And on the first shot, successful. I went back in 2 weeks later for an ultrasound, and I was pregnant. Kyle and Kairos were born May 1st, 2019 at 11:27 at Northside Hospital. My story is a story of faith, because all the chips were basically stacked against me. But I knew in my mind, and I had faith. And so if there's anything I can do to inspire or encourage the next person, I'm very passionate and I am more than happy to do so.